Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mark and today we are on day 20. Can you believe it? Day 20 of this thing, which is drawing animals from a jar. And today we have our animal of the day, which is, here's me unwrapping it, a dolphin. Dolphin. It should be pretty easy, hopefully. But before we get to the drawing, kindly like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell to get notified of every upcoming video or new upload. Yes, thank you very much. Let's get started. I did it again. I talked for like 5 minutes and the mic was off, which is sad because it has lights. I should see. Anyway, here's a picture, or the picture we're using for today's drawing by Adam Berkech on unsplash.com. I will try to remember to put this in the description. But yeah, drawing dolphins today. And I'm just going to start with my 2B brush, which wasn't working until just now. Yeah, I'm going to start with this mouth, or maybe not. Let me try using straight lines first so I get the angles correct, and then we can soften those lines as the drawing progresses. So how have you guys been? I'm asking you earlier in the video today. I've been good. Drawing a bit late today because I woke up late and I went to my church service. Now here we are drawing dolphins, and I thank the Lord as it doesn't seem to be a challenging animal yet, and I hope that remains the case for the rest of this session. This is a bottlenose dolphin, if I'm not wrong. And if I'm also not wrong, they're like the third most intelligent being on the planet. First being humans, or some humans. Second, what is second? I don't know what the second is. If it's not dolphins, might be the orca, killer whale. I distinctly remember someone saying this is the third most intelligent creature on the planet. I also recall a documentary-ish type thing saying that dolphins aren't really friendly, they just look friendly. Well, some are friendly. It's because they have like a smile to attribute friendliness to them. They can be mean if allowed to be, and be very mean. So here's a sketchy sketch. It's my rap name. I'm here to rap you a song. I don't know if that's the correct thing to say, because rappers don't sing, so they can't say I'm here to sing you a song. So what are they here for? Here to rap you a song. So I can tell you guys that I chose this reference because this particular angles are hard for me to do, and I know I need to practice. Therefore, choose something easy but challenging. So if you know your weaknesses in your own field of whatever it is that you do and you want to improve, try looking for something easy to do but still moderately challenging, so that once you're done with that, you have learned something. And I really hope I learned for this video. Good thing is the dolphin isn't that much complex, at least not yet, because all I'm seeing is a series of just circular shapes and tubes that make up the dolphin. I'm just comparing what I have to the reference. It's more or less there. It kind of looks like a penguin, to be honest, and I think it's because this eye should start where this ends, somewhere there, because the beginning of the lip should start where the eye is in the middle, something like that. And the challenging part of this drawing would be determining these glossy features. We'll worry about that when we get there. In other news, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hope you've subscribed. If you haven't, the button is just there. It's a free way to support the channel, but if you'd like to support with something less free, there are several links in the description that might be of interest to you. They're definitely of interest to me. But if you're about to contribute to my art education and this YouTube channel, kindly only do so if you are able to. Also, if you're interested in some prints, I have a few on InPrint. Link is also in the description, so you can grab yourself an artwork. And if you're interested in any of the things we've done so far, the past 20 days, and you'd like to see some of that as a print, let me know and I'll make that happen. You can be proud owner of a flamingo or something similar. I know I mentioned this before, but I really like this brush. Makes life so fun. It's the Catch Grainy from the SK2 brush pack. This is a brush pack I got for free from somewhere else that I forgot, either the Critter channel or there's this guy who does Critter videos. His name is David Revoy. I'll put his channel in the description as well. It's probably his, but I'm not sure. So because I was lazy and didn't want to go looking for whichever video it is I got those from, I put the brush pack in my Buy Me a Coffee. So if you're on Critter and you're interested in this sketchy brush pack, once you log in, don't even have to log in. Once you go to that page, you'll see the brush pack first thing. And yes, they are still free because they weren't mine to sell in the first place. Okay, now it's time for the refined sketch. Let me go really dark and increase this opacity. And now I'm looking at the references, like the reference. It's only one today. Really carefully and tell you for a fact this might be the longest continuous line I've ever drawn. I'm more of a sketchy line kind of person. So I'm working on the silhouette now. Silhouette of the animal, working slowly. And I see my head should be a bit more flat, not that flat. Something similar to this, to that. Okay. I'll go back to my smaller lines and I can do the eye, kind of like a circle in perspective. Then it has a brow over there, lower lid, seeing some lower lid action going on here, and the bottom of something here. Something strange going on here, but it's okay. We'll work it out when we start painting. For some of these other parts, I'm using like a very light pressure just for the indication of various pigment changes, like where it's gray, where it's white, because lines don't really exist in real life. So I'm being careful not to put really harsh lines on the dolphin, especially inside the body. Not inside, like inside the silhouette of the body. And I thought dolphins will be easy. It's really strange how the animals I feel will be like really simple to draw turn out to be some of the most complex. Very funny, yet not funny at all. I'm going to Control J this just to keep it on the top. Eventually I would like to get rid of that line work. So I'm going to paint in the grays right now. And what brush shall we use today? Because this is a really glossy animal. Not really sure which one to use. There's a brush I've never used, so we can try that. I have a grayish blue. Let's just make everything blue color. And then we can do some stuff. This is actually the basic brush. In other instances, we can call it the hard round brush. I do not think I've ever used this in any drawing program. So let's see. Everything is at 100%. So let's just play with the size a bit. And then I think we'll incorporate some of the, not some actually, we'll incorporate the blending tools because we have them. I have some blending tools, unlike in Photoshop where the problem really was when you wanted to blend, you had to use like really technical means. You had to know how to blend using the soft round, which I do know how to, but since we're in Critter, we have access to these things. Use a blender basic. See, I can do this to get rid of most of those hard edges, especially around these parts. Really everything I'm doing currently is just experimental, trying to learn the software, also trying to be a better painter. So we have some of that. See it without the lines. So we have something like that. And then at the bottom or the front of the animal, we have a bit of white, a bit of white, a bit of pink. So it's really harsh at the moment, which is strange. It's strange for me, but I think we can make things work. Probably need to decrease the opacity of some of these things. Just blend some of this. Let's see what happens if I decrease the opacity. Not bad, a bit more manageable. I think a lot more work. Let's see. We're all about finding out on this channel. We might find a workflow that works for us. Let's go a bit dark down here. I'm going a bit dark where the forms change. So where there are folds, trying to put that shadow on the fold. then I can blend them and then blend them. Like for real. We might be here a while. I hope you have some refreshments. Yeah, but if I don't like really speak much, it's because I'm doing this over and over and over again, trying to learn while also trying to tell you what I'm doing. That should you ever be in this predicament, you know a bit of something to help us through. This is usually the part where the soft round comes in, so we might try that a bit, probably just now. Let me first do this eye some justice, or injustice as it appears. This is the saddest dolphin in the world, but it's getting there. Let's see it without the sketch. Let's decrease the sketch a bit more, and on top of this paint layer, let's now do things for real. Let's see, flow opacity, flow basic size. Okay. Let's try this one. It's zoom in time. So let's start with the mouth. Let's do this basic size. So I have ditched the hard brush. Now I'm using the soft round. Just trying to find some of these shapes down here. The shapes and shadows, local colors, and I'm just using the brush and softening it, not even using the thing, what's it called, the smudge thing, what is it called, blending tools. So now it's just me and the soft round, the best brush in the world. Let's see what happens. This is the only thing we have to worry about, and I think because I'm like really comfortable with this brush, we can do quite a bit to quickly move this drawing, and this black isn't that black. So similar to how we drew the ape, just drawing and technically not erasing, but adding pigment, removing pigment, and so on. So again, as I said, this might take quite some time, and the silence begins now. So here's what we have so far. Looks like a mess, but it's okay. It's going to turn into something. Colors are a mess though. Colors are dreadful. I saw a trick. Don't know if it works. Don't think it does. So the trick I wanted is to see if I can do a black and white layer. I think I can. Let's do fill. Let's fill this with black, and then let's turn this into a color layer. So what this does is make everything black and white so that we can read our values. So it's a way to check whether we're on the right path. So I'm going to merge my paint layers and then continue to paint on top of that merged layer. And eventually I will remove this sketch layer, which I can do just now. Let me use this eraser. Just remove all this extra paint. I think I just realized the reason why I do those sketchy lines. It's because it's easy to do things like this, erasing, if you just have a few strokes like this. Because if I erase like this and accidentally do that, it means everything I've erased over here goes as soon as I undo. So it's just easier for me to do it in increments. We have that. Go back to the soft round and continue noodling, or hopefully not very long. But I shall check in with you soon, very soon. Maybe out of curiosity, has anyone actually seen a dolphin in real life? In the comments, how was it? How are they? I have never seen a dolphin in real life, but that's a weird statement, because grammatically speaking or realistically speaking, all the dolphins I've seen have been in real life, but that sentence structure implies that I've only seen dolphins in my imagination. So language is weird, so I'd like to rephrase it like this. Has anyone in the comments ever interacted with a dolphin in person? It sounds more correct. I'd like to know if they are like sea puppies. They're really as playful as are depicted, because I said early in the video that some dolphins are like really mean. Some have been known to attack women, especially because they want to do things with women. I think they can smell the hormones. Sorry, it's Sunday, shouldn't do hormones. So I'm liking how this is turning out. The only problem, or some of the problems I despise currently are how my mouth looks and general feel of the face and the eye and my life. But it should all be over soon, hopefully, and we can continue. Where was I painting? I was painting on top of the painting. What's this? Okay, I'm supposed to paint here. This is a sketch, decreasing that opacity more and more as we go. And I think we're almost where we don't actually need it. So we don't need this. Should be painting on top of this. Okay. So here I am just trying to solve these problems with my trusty brush, blending things, removing some other thing. We have that currently, and this is 51 minutes of work. It's so fun. No, really, it's so fun. The thing is, there's a lot to think about, and I'm trying not to think about it, because if I do, sometimes I get overwhelmed because I feel like I should also do something with the background, but also I'm thinking about the way the forms of this face go, because everything, as I said, I think I said it, is cylindrical or spherical in this particular animal. Good thing about the dolphin though with this painting is it doesn't have fur, so I'm kind of treating it like human skin, the way I've been painting skin for people, and thankfully the soft round brush is excellent at that, at least for me. I think I have more practice with this brush than any other brush in my brush arsenal, my brushinal Sunday Punday. So just doing some things. I think I'll repaint this mouth because I don't really like this. It's too sharp. First I'll just do everything and then come in with the border and do the same for the top. I think the mouth looks much better now. So the rest of the painting, it's more or less the same. Paint, remove pigment, blend, paint, remove pigment, blend, so on, so forth. Looking for the spheres and the cylinders and where the forms turn before we even get to the shadows and the lights in the background. My gosh. Should we do the background? I might. Depending on what this thumbnail looks like, you'll know whether we did the background or not. Maybe we can try blending it a bit, see what we get. I'm going to merge those and add another layer. Maybe save this before things happen. Back to our soft round brush and continue funsies. It's looking more of a dolphin now than it was, and now I can confidently erase or remove the sketch, or we can keep it in if we want a more stylized look. Let me remove it first. So we have this as a dolphin. I'm going to try to make it a bit sharp in some areas. Strange thing to do with the soft round. It's going to happen, and you will see it happen. It's going to happen. I think I'm just going to ignore the shiny bits for now. It's something I should have done in the first place, and then add them in post. Because what I've been trying to do so far is replicate the animal 1-to-1 as I see it in the reference, but I know there are some effects are brought about by the lighting and the reflectiveness of the water on the animal, so some things won't happen as I would like them to, but that's okay, because thankfully this is digital and we can still do a lot before we'll call it post-processing. Going back to the head, this eye bit, really want to get that correct. Its eye sort of looks like an elephant's eye close. I'm going to try and carve that in. This whole bit should go. Looking kind of weird, but that's fine. Can blend a few things. We do my favorite thing with the eyes is make them the sphere that they are. So we have an eye to what feels like ages. Okay, so I'm just going to merge those, add a new layer, save, and that's my flow. Merge, new layer, save. With a large brush, let me just come and do a bit of this and make it smaller. We can refine edge a bit. Also we can erase all of that going on. Let's see how the sketch looks. Erase this as well, and then on this edge of the flipper we should go a bit dark. It's a bit of darkness and a bit of light as well. Same thing for this side. We're really going back and forth today. One thing I do want to learn is how to paint using the lasso tool. Let's try to do so right now. Looks a bit strange to me. Quite possibly it's just our lack of practice. This is probably the part where I would take a break. Let me duplicate this and then can erase some of this border. We should probably leave the dolphin alone for a while. Let's maybe focus on the background. Let's add a fill layer with sort of dark blue. Immediately we can see some things going on with the dolphin. Let's leave him alone for a while though. So back to our brush. On this fill layer, maybe convert this, flatten it. And then how do we paint water? Water. No clue. No clue. It's going to do some things. It's doing the grade school water. And then more of this. Some bits lighter, some bits dark. The smaller brush I can come and highlight some of these waves. Not so bright though. How did people paint water back in the day? And if you have any resources, first of all, if you made it this far, you are a champ, because my goodness, today has gone on forever. So currently we are at 1 hour 30 minutes. So probably in this video we're at the 20-minute mark or the 25-minute mark. Really don't want to go beyond 30, so I'll have to make some things happen really fast. Oh, I was saying, if you have any resources on how to make your own brushes in Krita, kindly let me know, because I really miss my Photoshop brushes. I cannot import them, and I feel like I did have a water brush. I really do. It's looking more cloud-like than water-like. It's fine. If it's fine, why are you shouting? Why are you shouting, Mark? Because it's fine. Okay, back to our thing, a dolphin. Do a new layer and we'll try and do these water effects. Maybe let's do the shadows first. I want the shadows to be in the blues. Let's see what we make of ourselves. And then let's do an overlay layer with that kind of pinkish white we saw. Be darker on the belly. Another overlay layer with some white. Try and do the glossy thing. Be a normal layer. Tiny brush. So I can come and do those really bright highlighted surfaces. Use a basic brush with opacity. Smudge this just a bit. Feel strange about this. Feel very, very strange. So my dolphin is looking mighty matte. I don't know how to make it look glossy, so it's concerning. Let me see if I can flatten this. Merge group, filter. I don't know what that does. Artistic, raindrops, drop top. No. Oh, it was doing something. Okay, so let's see. Let's do 396. Let's make it a mask. I don't know if that did anything. I don't see anything happening. I don't think it did much of anything. Just going to undo that. Merge group, filter, artistic. See if posterize does something. Ooh, this is doing something. Ooh, that's nice. If everything fails, if all else fails, we're going back. We're doing this. Okay, so we have an exit strategy. And that's wonderful. Okay, emboss. I don't know what this does. Oh, okay, no. Filter, enhance, sharpen. Nothing much. Map. Don't know what that does. Other. No. Filter, adjust, auto contrast. Okay, fine. Artistic, halftone. No. Filter, artistic. Don't know what index colors means. Filter, artistic, pixelize. No. I think before I bore you all, we're going with this 15. Same with this. Control G those. Flatten, merge this group. I think that's okay for now. Let's save this and we are done for the day. Yeah, so that's it for our thing today. I tried going a bit more realistic with this one, or more photorealistic with this one. Didn't really work. I need more practice on that, but I do enjoy what we have so far, and it's sort of realistic. I like the filter. The filter really helps upsell this as something intentional, so don't tell anyone. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Tomorrow will be day 21. 3 weeks of this. Wow. So have a great day. 2 thumbs up. Bye bye.